Welcome to AI-Driven Podcast for Brands, the podcast where we explore how artificial intelligence is changing the rules of digital marketing, content, and brand visibility. Today's episode is one that every marketer, entrepreneur, and brand strategist should pay close attention to. Let that sink in for a moment. Google may still dominate how we search, but AI tools like ChatGPT are reshaping how people find and interact with information. And here's the kicker. Even if you're not climbing the SEO ladder, your brand can still thrive by getting seen in conversations powered by large language models, or LLMs. Let's unpack how. Segment 1. The changing landscape of discovery. For years, search engine optimization was the ultimate battleground for brand visibility. Rank on the first page of Google, and you win. Miss it, and you're invisible. But that game is shifting. Enter LLMs, like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and others. People are now turning to these conversational tools for advice, recommendations, summaries, and content instead of typing keyword-stuffed queries into search engines. In fact, they're not just asking what, they're asking why, how, and who. That means discovery no longer depends solely on your place in their search engine rankings. It depends on your presence in the data that feeds these AI models. So, what does that mean for you? Segment 2. How LLMs learn, and why that matters. Let's break down how tools like ChatGPT gather their knowledge. LLMs are trained on a massive corpus of text from the open web, websites, blogs, forums, Wikipedia, news outlets, public databases, and more. They're not crawling your site in real time like Google. Instead, they rely on publicly available content that existed when the model was trained, or on data that's fed into them manually or via APIs. Here's the key difference. LLMs don't show ranked search results. They generate synthesized answers. If your brand, product, or content is mentioned clearly, contextually, and publicly across the web, in places the models are likely to be trained on, you've got a chance of being in the conversation. Segment 3. What digital marketers need to do right now. So, if ranking on Google isn't the only game in town anymore, what should digital marketers do to make sure they show up on AI platforms? 1. Get your brand into authoritative public sources. Make sure your brand is cited or mentioned in Wikipedia, if eligible, public directories, news, articles, blog posts, online forums like Reddit or Stack Overflow, academic citations, if applicable. These sources often feed into the data used by LLMs or help inform responses when the model pulls from reliable references. 2. Publish high-quality, context-rich content. Write long-form blog posts, explainers, and product comparisons that go beyond SEO keywords. Think, how would this help an AI explain my brand to someone? For example, instead of a generic best coffee in town post, write how our organic, locally roasted coffee became a favorite among Seattle's startup crowd. Give the AI something with context, narrative, and specificity. 3. Contribute to the conversation. Guest post. Answer Quora questions. Post thoughtful threads on Reddit or niche communities. If you're a subject matter expert, become part of the digital dialogue. When AI is trained on these discussions, it starts to associate your name and brand with specific topics. 4. Structured data and public APIs. If your company manages a database or catalog, make it accessible. Think about open API specs, public datasets, or structured data on your website. These things may be picked up by future AI training processes or integrated into tools. Segment 4. Real world examples. Let's look at a few examples of brands showing up on ChatGPT without ranking high on Google. Example 1. Indie SaaS tools. Some small SaaS platforms, like niche writing tools or code snippet managers, aren't showing on the top of Google. But when asked what are some alternatives to Notion for minimalist note-taking, ChatGPT often names lesser-known apps like Obsidian or Bear. Why? Because they're mentioned in GitHub discussions, Reddit reviews, and personal tech blogs. Example 2. Ethical fashion brands. A sustainable fashion brand might not dominate eco-friendly fashion search results. But if bloggers and journalists write detailed pieces about its materials, impact reports, or founders' missions, it can show up when someone asks ChatGPT, what are some genuinely ethical clothing brands that ship globally? The brand's SEO score isn't what got it there. It's the richness of publicly available context. Segment 5. The future of brand discovery is hybrid. To be clear, Google is still essential. It's still the go-to for transactional queries and product research. But it's no longer the only path to visibility. Discovery now happens across a hybrid ecosystem. Classic search engines, Google, Bing, social platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, LLMs, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. That means marketers need to think like educators, act like community members, and publish like media companies. Don't just aim to rank. Aim to resonate. Aim to be remembered by the machines and the humans. Your brand might not rank on Google, but it can still show up on ChatGPT. Visibility. Today is about trust, context, and representation in the collective digital conversation. Focus on creating meaningful content, being present in authentic spaces, and sharing your story in ways that models and people can connect with. Thanks for joining today's episode of AI-Driven Brands. If you found this helpful, subscribe, share with a fellow marketer, and keep pushing the boundaries of what visibility means in the age of AI. Until next time, stay discoverable and stay human.